People look to the Bible for many sincere reasons, but most boil down to people wanting to know what they need to give God in order to get something back. They interpret the Bible as an exchange system where the overriding theme is God, I do something for you, you do something for me. Again, most approach with a humble attitude, but the take-home message is the same. I believe the Bible's overall message is quite different. It isn't about what to do, but who you are. Most people see the Bible as a book of contractual rules. They see it as a list of what to do in order to have a good life. Whether they look to the laws of the Old Testament or the life of Jesus, their goal is wanting to know what to do to find God's favor. In general, the aim of a non-Christian person is about doing more good things than bad people. They understand the Bible's theme to be about balance, where the good outweighs the bad. Or at an extreme, some might say, if I'm not as bad as Adolf Hitler, I'm headed in the right direction. Most Christians perceive the Bible as asking for more than being good. It asks them at various levels of sophistication to do something extra. That extra amount takes many forms, but here are a few examples. The least sophisticated Christian interpretation of the Bible is the holy vending machine. It suggests that God is like a vending machine. When you put a coin in the slot and pull the handle, a Snickers bar comes out. Unfortunately, most parishioners have a problem getting the candy out. The pastor explains this is a lack of faith. And how does the person show more faith? You guessed it. They have to put more money in the slot. Unfortunately, it is usually only the pastor that seems to have enough faith to be blessed with an expensive house and a private jet. A more highly developed interpretation of the Bible revolves around the local church. God is talked about and worshiped, but the emphasis is really on the church itself. Inspirational messages, worship music, and kids programs become the focal point of the congregation. It's not taught directly, but implied that in exchange for being fully consumed with church life, you will be blessed and part of something bigger than yourself. Attending weekly, being part of the church family, and giving 10% of your finances in a swap for God's favor is the unspoken message. Don't get me wrong, the local church described in Scripture is crucial for Christians, but when attendees answer your question about God with "Why don't you come to my church?" there's a problem. One of the most challenging Bible interpretations involves following the example of Jesus' life. According to this biblical approach, you follow Jesus' teachings to get wiser. When you implement that wisdom, it positively affects your life and the lives of the people around you. You become a better person. The ability to keep yourself between the guardrails and away from danger works. The discipline of focusing on long-term goals or the road less traveled usually results in a positive outcome. Temporary pleasurable distractions are avoided in a pursuit of a greater good. This is a noble Bible interpretation because it requires self-change, which is contrary to the desire to fix everyone else. It involves the sacrifice of putting others before yourself. It is a Christian psychological approach to life that doesn't see God as a vending machine, but positions yourself as the machine. Put the coin into your own slot, pull the handle, and you manufacture your own Snickers bar. The above examples are all transactional. They focus on what you need to do to find God's favor. But I believe the Bible isn't about what to do, but who you are. Let me say that again. The Bible isn't about what to do, but who you are. I believe you've always had God's favor. The Bible isn't a guide for human conduct, but a story of God and His child, you. Occasionally, you hear an account of this different way of thinking. The person gives an account of how they awoke to their special relationship with God. Even as they rebelled and rejected Him, they felt as though God chased them down. They didn't choose Him, He had already chosen them. The rare accounts relate the awakening through different means and time spans. For some, the revelation came through overwhelming circumstances. They felt as though God miraculously helped them out of a terrible situation, and in the subsequent victory, they discovered their relationship with Him. For others, it was just the opposite. They had lived an easy life, and when they reached a point of rock bottom, they recognized their unmeasurable need for God. Once in a while, you hear a story of the revelatory power of nature. The person awakes to the beauty of a flower, sunset, or night sky. It is as though they are seeing beauty for the first time. Nature also talks to some scientists in terms of the fine-tuned universe. They learned, for example, if the constants of gravity or strong nuclear forces were slightly different, the universe as they knew it would not exist. The Bible is probably the most common source of revelation regarding special choosing. It describes a father that cares about his child before they even knew he existed. The Apostle Paul talks about how God loved him before he was born. But God, who set me apart from my mother's womb, called me by His grace. Galatians 1:15. Paul says not only did God love him before he was born, He loved him before the creation of the universe, even as He chose us in Him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and blameless before Him in love. Ephesians 1:4. Thus, the Bible isn't about what you need to do for God, but about what He has already done for you. Most people feel they have to do something. They have to be a better person or ask Jesus into their heart, whatever that means. Others think that going to church, serving the poor, or giving money qualifies them for God's favor. I believe if you exist, you already have God's favor. We are all children of the King, but most live outside the palace walls, working to get in. It is rare to find those that appreciate their life as God's child. Try to celebrate who you are and forget about what you have to do. Only when you recognize your special place can you truly do anything with the proper intent anyways. I look forward to your feedback. Please give me your comments and questions below or contact me at my email address. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, humility, thanks, and joy.